Hey everyone, it's MK. Welcome back to MK Quilts. So, as you can tell, we're in our new space. There's not a whole lot in the new space right now. Well, at least behind me, there's not a whole lot in the new space. If you guys could see what's in front of me, oh my. All right, good afternoon, everyone. Well, we are trying something new today, and so as more people hop on, I need you to help us out a little bit. We got
Sounds
some
good.
new technology going on today. There's Mr. MK. He's been working hard, still in construction mode, so he's got the construction hat. But we are mic'd up in a different way today. I have a different microphone on me. Paul's got a
Yes,
microphone.
I can speak now and I don't have to shout.
Yeah, so I am really practicing hard right now not to talk too loud because I was kind of in the habit of over speaking in a volume that was loud enough so that you guys could hear. But now with the new microphones, hopefully I don't have to do that. So if those of you who are on right now could just drop a little comment about how it sounds for you guys. Does it sound okay? And
Can you hear Samson's heartbeat? Because he's very close to the microphone.
so if anybody, hi Carol, hi Tammy, I saw Sherry on there and Valerie. Hi everybody. So if you could, sounds good here. Okay, great Valerie. Hi Linda LaRoche, how are you? Cutting in and out. Jeff and Diane say we're cutting in and out. Everybody else saying sounds good. Okay, so Jeff and Diane, maybe a connection issue? I'm not
Might be
sure.
buffering a little bit. My laptop over there took a little bit to
All
sync
right.
up.
Well, we are super happy to be back with you. Our very first live feed in our new space. So we just thought we would hop on today because we are excited about being in here. Paul, I think, is going to stay after the live feed and move McFinity right into that spot
I'm
right
a little
there.
behind on my schedule. Okay.
So hopefully the next time we come to you, we'll have McFinity set up behind me. And in front of me, I know you can't see, but we just got in our new seating for the classroom space here at MK Quilts. So we got brand new classroom tables. We got some really nice padded chairs. And so now that the floor is down and the painting is basically done, we're going to be able to really move this along and get the rest of this into a working studio. So we've been super excited about that. I just really want to publicly thank Paul and all the workers that he has assembled to help us with this space. I mean, there is no way that we could have done it all by ourselves. So we have some really awesome people who Big Finity is getting put in a corner. Yeah.
It's a big corner though.
Yeah, it's a pretty big corner. So thank you, honey, for everything that you've been doing in here,
Thanks.
working late nights. We have some people that like to work, like they're night owls. They've been working in here after we go home. They stay. I mean, it's just been fantastic. And like I said, we could not do this without their help. So we're super excited. Well, I hope you guys all had a wonderful Christmas, if that's what you celebrate. I hope you had a happy holiday. We had a wonderful holiday. We're always real busy with church. As you know, I'm a musician, and we had new choir director this year, so it was all new. We had a fantastic Christmas concert, and just the services were really special. The church was beautiful, and it was really awesome. We had a nice time with Paul's mom for the holidays. So I hope that you guys had fun spending time with those who are special to you. So we had a really fun time doing our take a load off, huh, honey?
Well, they can hear me from back here now.
Oh, that's
so
right. So
microphone.
we had a really awesome time making our Christmas card this year. So I hope that you enjoyed seeing the copy of the card that I posted. Of course, some of our owners got that in the mail, but all of you were able to see the team that really is kind of behind the scenes at MK Quilts. So of course we had Ellen, our shop manager, and we had her pictured by one of the machines. We had Teresa, who is originally we were titling her our shipping specialist, but she's grown into a much more rounded employee for us. But she was pictured with the Santa hat and the shipping supplies. And then we had our friend Pam, who helps us with the zippers. She had all the zippers on her, and she's the one that does the sewing for me for that. Of course, Samson was front and center, and Paul and I with a nice picture that we had done on our cruise. So it was a great holiday, but now it's time to move forward and think about 2020. 2019 for me, as you know, was a huge year for travel. I did a post about a week and a half ago, just kind of a year in review with every place that I had been this year. I mean, completely from one coast to the other. I was everywhere. And once again, I just want to thank any of you who are watching who hosted me this year. I just met so many fantastic people, taught in some amazing spaces, and it's just so much fun for me. I am going to be doing quite a bit of traveling again this year, but I'm hoping to be able to utilize this space and be here more, creating content for you, offering classes. We just today had kind of a planning meeting with the team and talking about where we're headed for 2020 and what we want to do there. So basically, let me just jump right into there. Paul can, add some of his thoughts, but we want to hear from you as 2020 gets into swing. We want to hear from you as far as what you would like in the way of services and training and support. What are you looking for from us, from MK Quilts? We know that many of you are not owners with us, and that's completely fine. I started out, MK Quilts really with just a training track as a way to get myself out there in front of people. So everybody is welcome here in the group, and I still want to maintain that training focus going forward for my owners and beyond. But we want to hear, what kind of content do you want? What kind of classes are you looking for? So Paul is in the initial planning stages. It's not ready yet, but be watching your email inboxes, postings here in the group about a survey that we're going to be putting together so that we can get some input from you so that we know like where we should be heading. Do you like what we've been doing? Do you want more of that? Do you want something different? And those types of things. So that's going to be the first thing that we're really planning to do in the new year. Paul, I feel like you're like way back there. You need to come up here.
I can, but Sammy is hot. I mean,
he doesn't want to be put down.
No, he does not want to be put down.
So anything else about the survey or anything else we talked about today with the team?
No, I think you did a good job covering that. Part of the effort of the microphones and just improving quality is that, we've pushed a lot on buying machines and things like that. We really want to focus on training, service, and content. We think we've established ourselves enough. And from our experience, it's always been your good words about us that get other people to buy from us. So we're going to be talking a lot less about the machines, and I think more about content. And that's one way I think we're going to try and add value this year.
So there have been plenty of you who have reached out to me over a couple of years actually and said, we didn't learn about you until we were already purchased from somebody else, and we want to be a member of your community. We want to be plugged in with what you have going on there. So other than the survey, the second thing that we talked about that was pretty much number 2 priority on our list is coming up with some sort of a program that allows you all, owner or not, to be plugged in with what we have going on here. It may be some sort of a subscription service where you're paying a small fee or a medium fee or a higher fee, depending on what level you would like to join us at, so that you can feel like you're part of what we have going on here. And it's going to keep me really in the way of having to be very focused this year, because if you all are going to be plugged in on a monthly basis, that's kind of what we're throwing around, is monthly content that's going to be a consistent kind of a deal. I'm going to have to be really focused on making sure that I'm creating that new content and listening to those surveys and preparing what you really want to learn, how you want to learn. I'm hoping that more of you will make plans to come to Florida now that we have this amazing space. One of the things that I would love to do is do a local users group, again, owners or not, just be able to invite people on a monthly basis or maybe every 6 weeks to come on into the studio. We're going to have plenty of place to sit. I'm going to have the machine. I'm going to have a big, huge screen TV where we can do the sim training on and all of that. So we really are looking for ways to invite all of you in. Now, I was just speaking with somebody before I drove up here this afternoon. I dropped a little preview video on my YouTube channel. And this person was saying, well, there's no content. All the content is missing. There's no instruction there. I will try to continue to do some free content, but let's just kind of be really honest about things if I can with you for a minute. And I always try to be honest with you. I need to support my family, and this is our business. And I have spent a lot of time and a lot of effort learning this, and I just can't give it all away for free. And I think sometimes in our society, people just want everything on YouTube. They want everything for no fee. And that's just not realistic in our world. I put so much effort into this that it has to be paid content for a lot of the things that I'm doing. But I have heard from so many of you that you are willing, you are happily willing to help us in that regard because, first of all, you want the training and you want the knowledge that I can impart. And I appreciate that so much. So just keep watching. I will try to do free content when I can, little tips and tricks and some free YouTube content. But most of what we're going to do is probably going to shift into the realm of owners get it for free, and then there will be some sort of a level for you all to join us. We'll try to keep those fees reasonable, but there are probably going to have to be some fees associated with all of the training that I'm putting forward. All right, anything else on that, Paul?
Well, yeah, I mean, we are constantly impressed by people that I help that go, well, don't I owe you something? And so we're not like we're feeling abused at all. We've had a very blessed year. We help people without asking, are you owners? I mean, fortunately, we have so many owners now, I can't remember them all. But
I do, guys.
She's a little better than me at that, I will admit that. So, but yeah, no, we help. We don't ask, but in the end, we're trying to improve the content here. Having people come here for their training instead of Melissa going out independently. I mean, to me, it makes sense. You go out there one day, you fill them full of stuff, and their heads are about to explode. Okay, that's all good, but we're thinking that, okay, let's bring them here, give them 2 days with you, and no more than, another couple of people, because we've got 3 machines here. So here again, it's just to improve the content that we have. It'll allow you to do more of what I see as a webinar here. Now that we're mic'd up, we can have people in here, we can put it on the internet, you can participate, you can ask questions and have more of a live experience than just a video experience. So it's all good.
It's all very good. And if I didn't love what I do so much, I wouldn't worry about any of this. I wouldn't be standing in this new space right now. But I love what I do. I love what I do in my own quilting life and my own quilting journey, and I love helping you all. Now, I love for that, and we're getting some low connection indicators on our phone. So
we just upgraded our modem here, and they promised me 200 megabytes. Come on, Spectrum.
Yeah, so we're sorry if any of this cuts out. Just, internet is what the internet is. So we promised that we wouldn't be pushing, a whole bunch of announcements all the time about machine sales, but we're always here to help you if you would like to choose us to become your retailers. We just added on a handful, a good number of retailers just or owners just within the last like 6 weeks. And I have been out training people and having such a great time meeting my new owners. And you know what? We want to reiterate, I've said this from the very beginning. There's a lot of great retailers out there, and if you've got one that you're plugged in with and you're happy, that's what Handy Quilter wants, okay? If you want to make a change at some point, you are 100% able to do that. As a private citizen, you can buy from whoever you want to, okay? We would love to have you in our group, and we really have tried to elevate ourselves in a way that we're trying to do things different than maybe other people have done in the past. We want a strong presence with service and training. The sales will follow if we keep our eye focused on those two things. We want you to be happy with your purchase. We want you to be trained. We want you to love that thing. And we want you to be a member of our community. So if you want that when you're ready for a purchase, you know how to get a hold of us, okay? All right, so there's a couple things that I wanted to talk about in the way of what's coming up, and it's more of a Handy Quilter type of thing. Now, I have dropped a little bit of hints over the last few weeks that there was some new things coming down the pipe that I couldn't talk about it until I could talk about it. Well, I just called my boss basically at Handy Quilter today and asked that, is it okay that I talk about this and mention it? And he said yes, because what I have to tell you is hitting the airwaves in about 2 days. 2 days for me, about a week for you all. So if you have been watching for a while, you know that when Handy Quilter held their academy this last year, so that was, or this year, but 6 months ago, okay, so in June this year, they were talking about some new Pro Stitcher functionality that was coming in the way of a new update. Well, we haven't seen that update yet. I'm sure that it's going to be coming. I'm anxiously waiting for it myself, but I'm sure that there's going to be some awesome upgrades to Pro Stitcher coming hopefully very, very soon. But there's one additional thing that is happening at Handy Quilter as it relates to Pro Stitcher, and it's a pretty big one. It's huge, and I'm super, super excited about it. So as of January 1st, Handy Quilter is introducing a new product, and it's related to Pro Stitcher, and it's going to be called Pro Stitcher Designer, okay? So I don't have all of the details right now, so please keep watching. As soon as I know about release dates and how you get it and where you get it and all of that, I will of course post about it, post links and the like. But what I can tell you is that basically for a number of years now, Handy Quilter has partnered with the people from the makers of Art and Stitch, and they have offered Art and Stitch, that designer package. It's a completely different software. They have offered that as an add-on option to Pro Stitcher, and it's a fantastic piece of software. It will continue to be a fantastic piece of software. It's amazing. I haven't even begun to scratch the surface with Art and Stitch. As of January 1st, Handy Quilter is going to have their own version of a designer software. They're calling it Pro Stitcher Designer. I haven't even seen the product myself, okay? I'm hoping to be able to get my hands on it in a couple of days so that I can take a look at it. Now, for those of you who like to design your own patterns, who have used Art and Stitch extensively for things like creating things and then saving it to the format that you can use, maybe you're even a designer who wants to design things that you're going to sell, so that you like to be able to convert those into several different file formats so that people can stitch them. These are just a couple of the things that this new designer software is going to be able to offer to you, okay? I'm sure that there's lots of other things that I don't even know about yet. And I didn't really use the Art and Stitch software in my own world for a lot of true designing type of work, but I'm just super excited that Handy Quilter now is going to be able to offer their own proprietary piece of software. It's going to, of course, be integrated with Pro Stitcher. And here's the thing. All new sales of Pro Stitcher as of January 1st will have that product included. Okay, it's going to be priced appropriately. Any quotes that we do starting January 1st with systems with Pro Stitcher will have this new Pro Stitcher Designer bundle included with your purchase. Okay.
Just so that you know, when she says proprietary, it is a Handy Quilter product, but they will be able to save designs in multiple formats.
Yeah,
Did you say that?
I did. Yeah.
Okay, I am sorry.
Yes. Okay, so this is the huge change that's going to be coming. I am so excited to get my hands on that new piece of software. Again, I'm hoping that I can incorporate some of the new functionality with that new designer package and show you how it relates into what I've already been, teaching for 2.5 years now, 3 years basically, in conjunction with Pro Stitcher itself. Okay, so what I want you to do, I am super excited about it. I want you to just keep watching. Keep just, when I know, you will know. Now, here's the thing for people who are current owners of Pro Stitcher. It is going to be an add-on, but they are giving it, not giving it, sorry to, no complete transparency here. It is going to be available for you to purchase. Current owners of Pro Stitcher, if you can prove by supplying Handy Quilter with your Pro Stitcher serial number, so that they know that you're an owner, you're going to have the ability to buy the product at a very reasonable price, okay? We will list all of that when it comes out, and you will know about it. And I mean, there is no way that I wouldn't buy it, okay? Even if you think, well, I'm not a designer, I never used Dart and Stitch before, I don't think I need it. I'm going to say that this introductory deal that they're going to have for you, you're not going to want to pass it up, okay? And then just know that I am going to be spending as much time as I can, always learning. If they come out with a new Pro Stitcher update, I am going to be learning that as quickly as I can, incorporating that into all of my training, my videos. And then this new designer software, I will try as best as I can and as fast as I can to take a look at it. I might even have something like a live webinar. If you'd like to join me after it becomes available to all of us, you can join me and we can kind of go through it a little bit together. We can kind of, experiment and walk down the halls together and take a look at it and just kind of brainstorm about it. And Handy Quilter is going to be obviously training their educators on all of this. It's going to be out there in the future for classes at multiple locations, of course. But I want to take it and run with it. Just like when simulation came out, I was pretty much the trailblazer, and I really have no problem saying that because I was really the first one that took simulation and ran with it in a different way, using simulation as a design piece of software. Now with simulation and hopefully incorporating this new designer package, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. So this is what I have been referring to when I said if you want to come out and see me this next year, hopefully I will have new content to share with you. Even if it's just, I just got my hands on it, we'll take a look at it when I'm out and traveling and when I'm teaching with simulation. And we can learn it together, and I can incorporate it into all of my events. So I am over the moon excited, and I am just itching to get my hands on that software. So that's the big announcement. The other thing, just kind of backtracking a little bit as it relates to what we're going to be doing here with our space and our content moving forward, is that we're hoping to pull in Ellen to do some content, to help me with content so that we can look at ways to incorporate Pro Stitcher, designer, things that Ellen likes to do, free motion, ruler work. And we really want to be able to offer a more rounded, set of instruction and content so that you can use all of those skills in what you do in your studios. Yes, Mr. MK.
You left off 2 other avenues.
Okay.
One of them is QPI, the Quilt Pattern Indexer. I know a lot of people are using that in different ways, and it might be fun to have a webinar and a discussion on that, as well as a lot of, our owners get my technical expertise for managing their systems, their simulators and things. And there are topics such as just even using cloud. What is cloud storage? How big of a drive do I really need? I'm constantly asked what type of computer stuff. So we thought there might also be a time to, start little training courses on some simple technical topics as well, so that you don't need to be a computer nerd, but these tools that are coming out like Designer and things,
Yeah.
you're going to need some knowledge in that area as
So
well.
all of these things that we are planning they're super exciting avenues for us. They're part of kind of what we're planning. We're already, trying to put some things in place so that we can really roll these things out as quickly as we can. Be patient with us. Stay plugged in. We know that you do. We know and appreciate all of you so much. And we're really honored that you look to us as leaders in our industry, and especially with our Handy Quilter software and the Pro Stitcher. I mean, it's my thing. I mean, I love it. It's how I quilt. And if you have to look at me just in what I've done, and I'm not trying to say I'm all it or anything, but I pretty much, there's a few small exceptions, pretty much I quilt with Pro Stitcher, and that's about it. I mean, I have built this business on a one product that I love so much, and I hope that it gives you, I hope that it gives you inspiration that, I don't feel like I can free motion, and I might want to do this business as a business, and I might want to try to make a little money at it. Well, look at what I've done. And I'm not saying that you want to do exactly what I've done, but Pro Stitcher is such a phenomenal tool that it really helps all of us be very successful in what we're doing. And I just want to make that learning curve easier and quicker for you, okay? So on that note, I hope that you all saw this morning that I just dropped a link to a new piece of content that I just released today. And it's a new video that I did for digital edge-to-edge stitching, and it really was basically created for those of you who are new to your system. You just really need the basics of setting up an edge-to-edge design, and how do you approach that with Pro Stitcher? How do you position? How do you go from row to row? What do you do if something happens and you get out of position or you have to reboot? There is a ton of stuff packed into this new class that I just released. So it's up there, it's ready to go, and I hope that it's really helpful for you. Paul, did you have a question?
No, just scratching.
Oh, just scratch. So I really intended to have the class done sooner, but I really was taking my time with it. And Paul was pretty impressed because this whole video I did myself from start to finish. I videoed myself, I edited it myself, I did all the lead-in music, all the transitioning, I uploaded it on the hosting site, I did everything myself. So I'm giving myself a little pat on the back on that one.
Yeah, I wasn't doing anything at all while
No,
you were
well,
doing.
he was busy doing his part of the thing.
No, I'm very proud of you, dear.
I will say this, just a heads up, and Paul alluded to it earlier. The audio content on the video, there's places in there where it's not great. And I tried to adjust some of that in the video editing software, but I'm just going to flat out say it's not great. Okay, we're hoping with these new microphones and the things that we're doing, better lighting here in the studio, that we will be able to produce better quality, especially with the audio. Okay, so bear with on this video. Paul has always told me from the very beginning, people want the content. Okay, so there's times when I'm shaking the phone a little bit because I'm doing it one-handed and I'm trying to hold the phone and move the machine, and it's not like I had a studio crew here helping me produce the video. It's me, but it's really me, and I'm showing you how to do it. Now, most of my other videos were purely done from simulation. You never saw me personally. You never saw me at the machine. This video is a combination, okay? So I explain some things at the machine, I explain some things in simulation. You see me actually doing the positioning. You see me actually doing the stitching. Okay, so I'm hoping that it's going to be a format that you really like, and then just keep watching, because this video is just the first. I wanted to get it done this week because I don't know what the future Pro Stitcher update's going to be, and I don't know what designer's going to be, and I don't know how all of that might play into what I'm producing. So this video is a good basic starter edge-to-edge video, okay? And whether you get designer or not in the future, Pro Stitcher is still going to be Pro Stitcher. And the basics in this video are basic positioning and stitching and all repeating and all of those things that aren't going anywhere in Pro Stitcher. Those are the basics, okay? So if you want to get that video, head on over to the store right now. Go to mkquilts.com, click on the video training store. It'll take you to our hosting site. You can purchase it. I'm sorry, you can rent it. It's a 3-year rental, remember that. And then if you want to purchase the USB stick, you can do that as an additional purchase. You got up to say, yeah.
Well, I just figured you were getting close to the end of your list.
Yeah, I am. Basically, I am. New class. That was it.
Okay.
So, you guys, we're coming to the end of a decade. And I have been doing this gig now for over a decade. And if I just had to sit here and think about the growth for me as a quilter, even just in my personal life and just everything in 10 years, I mean, it's like, wow. It's amazing. I could have never dreamed that all of this. But it's so much fun. Paul and I are having a blast being small business owners, and we're working our tails off. And it just seems like there's never, never a time.
I get to play with new toys, which is really fun.
When you're small business owners, you're always on, and you're always, responsible for keeping it moving forward. So you are part of that growth. And I never want to act like this was just all me and I'm so great, or, I'm not. I just have a love for what I do. You guys have been the one to help me push this thing forward, especially in the last 3 years. And from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Thank you so much for that. We appreciate it. All right, well, if you don't have anything else, I don't have anything to show you on the frames because I got no machines here. And the other side of things now is like a disaster zone.
Do you want to pan around and show them the whole scope of the thing?
Well, I guess I can pan around.
Just loosen this up here and it'll rotate. Now you can just use that. You don't have to move the feet.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Amazing.
So behind me, over my shoulder, there is the doorway into the original part of the studio. And as I'm panning around, behind me is going to be where, like, the large screen TV is going to be up there on the wall. And probably some storage bins and whatnot beneath it. As I go around, there is the front door, and you can see a bunch of the rest of our construction equipment. I am going to move this just a little bit so that you can see down here. Now, I know we have stuff on it, but those are our new classroom tables. They're very sturdy and very heavy, and so they're going to be in the classroom. They're also going to be for people who want to come in and use this space as a sewing space. So I wanted tables that were really nice and sturdy so that when you put a sewing machine on there, it doesn't, like, rattle and shake and whatnot. So super excited about that. And then over on this wall, we're going to have a design wall up there. And again, probably some additional storage. Way up there in the front, by Paul, move just slightly. Way up there by that narrow window, there's going to be cutting and pressing station up there. I'm going to have some sort of a desk. I got to have some sort of a desk.
We do have something to debate here.
Oh, okay.
Because I think we need a little tiki bar in the corner. Something that we can have some adult refreshments at the end of the day.
Geez.
Turn it into a little bit of a man cave some evenings. And
well, you have to speak to the boss about rental time for this space.
There will be some fun time. Speaking of which, if you're coming along on our owners get together in March, we will be using this space. We will be having technical stuff. We will have some man beverages.
So that is a little bit of a pitch for if you want to become an owner between now and March is the time to do it, because we've already got a bunch of our owners signed up for our owners retreat. Now with this new update and the new software that's going to be coming out, it's kind of changed my way of thinking about what I want to present at Owners Retreat. We've got a dinner cruise planned. We have got show and tell planned. We have got Paul's going to be having some fun with guys who don't want to come do quilting stuff. And I mean, I am super, super excited to have my owners in Florida and just treat them and have fun with them and community and team build. And that is what one of the hugest things that we promote here at MK Quilts and with our owners is we are a family, really. We want to do this thing together. We want to get to know each other. We want to help each other, support each other in this wonderful thing that we have, this quilting life. So come on and join us. It's going to be a fun time in March in Florida. Okay. I think that's it. All right, you guys have a wonderful, safe, fun time for New Year's Eve. Whatever you're doing for New Year's Eve, be safe, have fun. Continue to watch 2020. Here we come, and it's going to be awesome. I can feel it. All right, everybody. That's all we got for you this week from our studio, our new studio, to you. Happy quilting and Happy New Year. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.